Alright folks, it's all down to the wire here in the 2022 Deathmatch Summer and Fall Special Age of Empires 3, organised by XXDM Clan. So we've got JulianK here, light blue trunks, as the Dutch up against Andi as Iroquois in blue. He's going for this forward workshop now, and he spammed an awful lot of tomahawks to begin with. Going to run into the militiaman, so he's taken the cards at his town center to be able to the big button upgrades to get all these tomahawks, and now he'll be able to start building buildings with his military because he's got battlefield construction. He's also still building everything back at home, getting town centers behind this. Well, Julian's just walling up, playing how treaty and total supremacy players play blessed, behind stacks of walls. Lots of smart, defensive, totally play with hit and runs with cost-effective cavalry, with tons of riders here on the field for Julian. So he's got cavalry combat on the way. He's already taken train speed and build speed. So he's in a nice position to recover from any smaller amounts of damage. Gonna try and clean up a couple of the field cannons with these hussar. Not really gonna... Oh, he's gonna pick two of them off, so not too bad of a trade for Julian. So Andi can actually ship increased siege damage now. So he's got that siege workshop. He's adding a lot of field cannon. He's got stacks of musket riders here too. Tomahawks, so wonderful units against cavalry. Not so great against infantry, so he's going to have to make a great use of these field cannon, but they can tear through the walls quite quickly as well. He needs to focus on the clumps of infantry as best he can here, Andi, to take the fight cost effectively, because Julian is up above that 130 pop mark now. So Andi's pop lead is starting to really diminish. He's going to have to start going for XP or train speed and then switching into damage as he takes good fights here, Andi. It's quite complex, making the best use of that community plaza as you can. JulianK just trying to take the fights as best he can on as many fronts as he can. It's a huge clump of those field cannon, but they're not really able to pick off any of the infantry here for Julian, who behind this has been adding more skirms, adding some cannon of his own. Ooh, but one of them is going to get picked off by the field guns. So Andi in a nice spot at the moment because he is up by military pop by a little bit at the moment. But we've got tulip speculation, so Julian's eco coming along nicely, finishing up that last bank. Struggling for gold now, as the Dutch do. He's going to get some outposts to help defend as well. Has he actually got a market? I don't know. But he's now got some culverin. He's going to add plenty of skirmishes as well. More culverin on the field. Andi going to get War Hut warrior combat, so will benefit all these tomahawk, I'm sure. Needs to be careful to not focus down the walls. Just take as good fights as he can. Field huts are sort of... the field cannons are sort of on the wrong side. They're trying to stay away from the culverins, but at the same time, the infantry, the skirmishers are now really thinning out the Cherokee, the tracker, and the tomahawk number. So Andi still has a bit more in the bank to really push through. Oh, I take that back. He's adding so many field guards behind this. He had about 5 or 6k gold there, and it's all just vanished. Julian going to be shipping factories behind this. Lord knows where he's going to fit them, because Andi's applying some great pressure at the moment, but it's expensive pressure. JulianK also really struggling for the coin, but he'll be protecting these banks quite well here. They're at the backside of his base. Might be able to pick off these field cannons, but they are starting to get some nice splash off on the skirmishes at the moment. So Andy shoving really hard into Julian, but he does have a little bit less in the bank now. Really bottoming out in terms of his food at the moment as well. With all these tomahawks on the field. Against the skirmishers, it'll be a tough sell unless he can keep a good number of these cannon alive. But tomahawk going to be useful considering Julian adding more and more cavalry as well. He's got riders and hussar now. Some rams by Andy as well, sniping some of the houses. Going to take a while for these skirmishers to kill, but at the same time it's a bit of pop that Andy doesn't have over here to fight with or against. But I think Julian may have done it. He's held out against the Iroquois rush by the looks of things. And even though he's only got 15 vills, he does have the factory, the double factory, and he has all of his banks. So he's in a nice spot. Andy GG tapping out the rush, not able to seal the deal for him, and instead Julian goes through 2-1.